Deborah Gonzalez is less than 5 feet, but every inch stands tall. Despite criticism from some of the community, she is proud of her office's achievements.
I'm doing exactly what they elected me to do, right? Keep the community safe. We were able to start a restorative justice program, a safe initiative addressing fentanyl.
And Gonzalez fought and won to get prosecutors in her office better pay. When we first sat down to talk with the district attorney for Georgia's Western Judicial Circuit last March, she insisted money was the reason she couldn't hire and retain attorneys.
Employees have a real choice of where they want to go.
But the pay boost hasn't led to a boost in staff. Gonzalez has hired a few attorneys since 11 Alive started investigating concerns within the office. But just as many have left, leaving an office budgeted for 17 ADAs, still with only 5.
Such a negative narrative has been put out for so long that that's now affecting it.
Gonzalez is now entering her 4th year as DA, and as she campaigns for re-election,
representing the Athens Clark County District Attorney Deborah Gonzalez,
she faces a lawsuit claiming she has failed to do her job. The Court of Appeals heard arguments earlier this month and will decide if the lawsuit should continue.
I was speechless.
But Susan Wilson has already sued DA Gonzalez for violating her rights as a victim.
I need somebody to stay with him. Step right here, step right here.
Wilson received a call from the DA's office just hours before it offered a plea deal to the suspected drunk driver that killed her partner of 37 years.
Clifton, man, he was riding his bike.
She was teaching, so it went to voicemail. And when she listened to it later that night,
it was so horrifically unjust. Not only was I not given a chance to be in a courtroom, I learned that the plea deal had reduced the charges to misdemeanors and that he had been given probation.
The court has now ruled 3 times the DA's office has violated the rights of victims because they weren't aware, let alone given the chance to speak at hearings where charges were reduced or dropped. Gonzalez is the only DA in the state 11 Alive is found to face such public reprimand.
Having these Marcy Law violations
is not a good feeling. We served 965 victims last month. That's a lot of satisfied victims that are not bringing up Marcy's Law violations.
11 Alive Investigates tracked all of the charges on the trial court calendar in Athens Clark County Superior Court last year. Of those closed, the DA's office chose not to prosecute nearly half of them. 130 felonies, like those in Wilson's case, were pled down to misdemeanors, giving most defendants probation.
What would you have said had you been there that day?
This is not justice.
Gonzalez says it's tough without more staff. She confronted one judge accusing him of being part of the problem, wanting it noted why a prosecutor resigned.
But I just felt that that judge had been just bullying to this particular ADA.
Judge Lawton Stevens fired back, telling her time after time, prosecutors show up unprepared, causing cases to be continued or dismissed. He told her to look to herself before blaming others for the issues in the DA's office.
If I don't have the money and the resources that I need to get the right ADAs in there, I'm not going to be able to make sure that our community is safe.
So again, that's about money, it's about resources, it's not really about anything that might have been a part of your management style.
Every day I reflect on what I do. Could I have done it better?